Alright, what is up everybody? So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the new best method for farming rerolls and gems using the infinite game mode in Anime Defenders. This works after update 1, the raid update, which many thought ruined macroing, but this is the updated tutorial and it's going to be using 4 accounts. If you don't know how to set up multiple accounts, I do have a video on that in more detail, but I'm just going to assume that you know how to, and I'm going to get started. Before I get into the tiny task guide, I'm going to quickly go over all the stats and settings for this farm. So you're going to be getting around 90k gems and 350 rerolls every 24 hours, which is pretty good. You're going to want some settings in-game, which are going to look something like this. You're going to want camera shake off, auto skip wave on every account, unit info position on left, and if you want to, skill VFX disabled. Then your tiny task settings should look something like this, with always on top checked, continuous playback checked, play speed on 1x, and then recording and playback hotkeys, whatever you want. With all that out of the way, we can actually get into the video. Okay, so when you first load up all of the accounts, you're going to see a lot of things in the way, a lot of update logs and leaderboards, and we're going to start our recording on Tiny Task before we get rid of any of that, so I'm going to press F8 now, and I'm going to give it a few seconds, click onto my main tab, and then I'm going to press the tab key on my keyboard to get rid of the leaderboard, and then get rid of the update log by clicking the red X, and click onto the next account and do the same thing, press tab, and then click the red X. Next account, click tab, click the red X. Next account, click tab, click the red X. There we go, get rid of everything. We're gonna go to our main again, and TP to story. Walk in, and start up a Windmill Village Infinite. TP to store with the next account. Walk in, next one. Walk in, and the final account. Walk in. Now we're ready to start the infinite on our main account, and we're going to place our units in the bottom right corner in an L formation. So we do this because it is the most reliable out of all the spawns and all the places to put your units. So there are maybe 1 or 2 spawns where this spot is not going to work, and for that reason, we are going to fail the stage towards the end on purpose by selling our units and then press the retry button or whatever. But for now, all you need to know is place your units in an L formation, kind of like this. Just a corner formation above that little name tag in the bottom right. So we're just going to go like this. I'm using Sukuna for this macro, and we're just going to spam 1 and left click at the same time, and just go down in that L shape. You don't really have to be precise with where you put your units because we are just going to be spamming on this entire path and kind of following that corner shape, like I said, an L. And we should eventually get all 3 units down if you have enough room, otherwise you'll at least get 1 or 2, which will still be enough to clear the stage, at least until wave 31, which is when we want to fail. Okay, and speaking of getting to wave 31, actually, first I'll say this. After you place all your units, you're going to want to spam C to make sure you get rid of any pending placements. Like if you try to place your unit, for example, he'd be in the way of everything, so we want to spam C after we're done. And then we are going to pretty much do that same thing where we go on the entire L pattern here. We just go up and down to the left, like this L, and we go upgrade our units along the path. We're going to do that until wave 30-ish is when we want to sell all our units. I'm probably going to start telling you how to do that at wave 29-ish, but I'll catch you then. Okay, so wave 29, we're going to want to sell our units pretty soon here to get credit for wave 31 and wave 31 only. Hopefully we don't take too long to lose, but it does depend on where you spawned. So what we're going to do, starting at wave 29, is click in the L formation, stop upgrading though, and we're just going to follow the L and stop towards one area where we have one of the units selected. So I'm going to stop on this one right here, once I have this Sukuna selected. And let me just go ahead and click all around just to make sure if you were to be placed somewhere else I'd have them. And I'm going to click sell now, make sure you click it multiple times just in case, and then click sell. Boom. So we got rid of that unit, right? And if we were to click them over here again, make sure we try it multiple times. Boom. Okay, we're going to do it with these units here. I click all around this area, and get this Sukuna now. We're going to click here, click multiple times. and sell. Here we go. Finally, we're going to click all around again, stop on this unit, or around him, somewhere around this unit. Just make sure you get him selected. Click sell, try multiple times, and boom. So we should have all of our units sold by wave 30. And now we're going to wait until we die at wave 31. Then we're going to click return to lobby on all of our accounts, and the macro will loop itself. So there we go, we got credit for wave 31, which is perfect. That was the target. Now we're just going to wait until we all lose, which hopefully won't take too long, but it does depend on which map you're, or which spawn you get on your main. Actually, while we're waiting until we die, I might as well mention this, because I know a few of you are going to comment about it, even though I already did talk about it a little bit earlier. But the reason we are not using the leave button, and we are instead waiting until we die by selling our units, is because some spawns you're going to get are not going to work, right? You are actually not going to be able to place some of your units. I think there's like one spawn where you won't be able to place any units, and you are going to fail. And when you fail, you cannot use the leave button because the return to lobby button is kind of going to block it, like the Windmill Village failed screen is going to block the leave button, so instead we're going to wait until we die and press the return to lobby thing. So now that we've lost, we're going to give it a few seconds and start clicking return to lobby on one of our accounts. I'm going to start with this one, return to lobby. When you're on the loading screen, you don't want to be moving your mouse side to side, by the way, because I think you can open the settings that way on accident. We're going to do it for the next account. And the next one. And finally our main account. And now we are going to stop the macro. And we're going to save it as update 1, Windmill Infinite Farm. There we go. And that is our macro saved. This video is already pretty long, so I'm not going to show the macro fully looping, but I have done some testing, take my word for it, and I do have some footage. Here's what it would look like with one spawn, for example, or a spawn where you can only place one unit, I mean. And yeah, I've done some testing. For me, it works. If it doesn't for you, my macro that is, then you might have to make your own, but trust me, this method works, and yeah, that's going to be all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.